I know it's not very creative to basically do 2 back-to-back what I watched videos, but this is all I've got for you right now. I'm sorry. My last video was a recap of all 44 recommendations that I took from y'all. So I just kind of walked through all 44 films that I watched from that list. But I have been watching other things as well, and I haven't done a monthly what I watched video in a long time. So I'm gonna catch you up on everything I've been watching since June that was not included in my last video. Again, sorry I don't have anything different for you right now, and if you, for some reason, if this is your first time here, if you're new here, I usually try to like put in some movie reviews and things like that, but right now I'm a little strapped for time. In my Discord's watch party, we rewatched The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave from 1971. This is like a gothic giallo, and I think it landed a little better with me this time around. It makes a big difference when you actually like know the actors and like understand the genre a little better. I watched it very early on the last time I watched it, so it definitely hit better. I rewatched Baby Oopsy. I rewatched this movie Dark Skies from 2013. And I gotta say, I feel like I liked it better the first time. It's a bit cheesy, and it was kind of like distracting this time around, but I do think the bones of this film are very good. It's a good movie, and it's exactly the type of alien movie that I like. I've said it before, but it's like the alien in the closet kind of movie, not the giant spaceship in the sky kind of movie. I like that more personal contact. I rewatched Demonic Toys Jack Attack. I guess I watched it because I wanted to show it to Zach, because I wanted to be like, am I crazy or does this suck? And it definitely still sucks. And like, I don't know if I want to do, I think I kind of do want to do a review video on it, but at the same time, like, I don't really want to just talk shit about the movie the whole time. I rewatched Count Yorga from 1970. In the watch party, we watched this movie called Die Screaming Maryanne from 1971. It was a very strange, it was one of those movies where you don't understand what's going on or why anyone's making the decisions that they're making. And I think for that reason, it was fun to watch with a group, but it just, it was lacking in like violence. It was lacking in sleaze. There was just nothing that popped about the movie. Sometimes I just click on some random shit for no reason. So I watched this movie called Bethany from 2017, and it was like a YouTube channel that I follow that will post full movies. So I saw that they just posted it, and the cover looked like there was going to be a doll in it. It's like, I thought it was going to be a killer doll movie, so I clicked on it. Now, while it does have some people of mention in the film, such as Shannon Doherty, it was really, really bad. I was intrigued at the beginning though, because the mood and the atmosphere was real thick, and I was liking it, but it just didn't end up going anywhere cool. I rewatched Suspicious Death of a Minor, you guys, 1975. This is famously one of my least favorite Dolly, but I rewatched it because I was on Exploitation podcast shortly thereafter, wherein we were discussing this film. So in preparation for the podcast episode, I gave this film a second chance. This is hardly a giallo, honestly. This is like much more Poliziotteschi friendly. But I would say that once you understand those genres, and of course get to know these people and learn how to appreciate funk, the film is a lot more enjoyable. But it is definitely short on women. We rewatched Puzzle 1974. in the Discord as well. I'll always be mentioned in this Discord, but it's linked down below if you're interested. I'm mostly active on there for the watch parties. But anyway, Puzzle I thought was good the first time I watched it, and this was my second time, and it's still just like, it's just good. It's a solid one. It's not like one of the top tier, but it's really good. And Luke Miranda is awesome. I rewatched Delirium Photo of Joya, 1987. I rewatched Demonic Toys, 1992. Those are my like, well, those and Baby Oopsy. Baby Oopsy, Demonic Toys, and Delirium are like, I watched those a lot. In the Discord, we watched a movie called Shadow of Death from 1969. I feel like I can't even really comment on it. I was just not in it, but I didn't like it that much. Oh my God. Okay, so for years and years and years and years, I've been wanting to watch this movie called Dead at 17. 2008. Dead at 17. And the reason why I wanted to watch it is because it is starring this actor from Degrassi. I'm a huge Degrassi fan, but we won't get into that right now. So I've just always wanted to watch it. The cover looked so cheesy, and the title was so good, and I just really wanted to see this actor in a different kind of role. And I just couldn't find it for years. It's been on my watch list for years. It's a Lifetime movie. And I was like, how can I find this? And then finally I got a notification on, like, from Letterboxd that it was available on Prime. But you couldn't rent it. You had to have Prime and stream it. So I did like a trial of Prime just so I could watch Dead at 17. But it was really good. I mean, it was just what I wanted it to be. And it was so nice to see John Breger is the actor. It was just so nice to see his range. And this like plot line of oops, me and my friends accidentally killed someone never gets old. And since I was on Prime, I saw this other, I guess it's a Lifetime movie called Sorority Murder. That was shit. I need to be a consultant on sorority movies. I don't know why I keep watching shit like this, because it's just too sanitized. There's not going to be blood. There's not going to be real violence. It was just a really stupid movie. I gave it 1.5 stars. And then I watched Ghost Watch. And I'm sorry, I don't have the name of who has mentioned it. But maybe, I think it was somebody when I reviewed Late Night with the Devil. People were recommending Ghost Watch from 1992. This is like essentially a found footage movie, sort of. It's supposed to be like a news broadcast about a paranormal investigation, and I loved this movie. It was so much fun. I was just like so in it. It was a blast. I don't know if it'll hold up well for like a second watch, but it was so fun for the first watch. And the reason why I never really reached for it, even though the name would get mentioned a lot, is because the cover of it looks so dumb. I was like, I'm not gonna watch that. But no, it was actually super cool. And then I was just in this like found footage mood. So I went for Horror in the High Desert 2, Minerva. Because I guess I had a lot of complaints about Horror in the High Desert 1, but it still stayed with me, you know? It was still really impactful, and I'm still always thinking about it. So people were saying, like, you should do part 2, which is a 2023 movie. And it did some things better, but I definitely still prefer part 1. Part 2 just did not scare me. Part 1 really scared me, and then part 2 didn't. And for that matter, part 2 just felt like, it felt like this in-between movie, because they were definitely trying to guide you on to part 3, but it couldn't stand alone. It was like this bridge between part 1 and part 3, and I don't know. I won't get too into it. You can read my review on Letterboxd if you want, but it just like, it didn't quite serve. I rewatched Puppet Master 2 from 1980. It has, I mean, I've seen it before, but it definitely has some weaknesses that I just can't get past. I rewatched Delirium, Photo of Joya. Oh, y'all. And then I think Letterboxd told me this film was available or something, but I watched this movie called Honey from 1981. Had my eye on it for a while simply because of the cast. Who do we have? Oh, because it has Nieves Navarro and Luke Miranda in it. I was like, what is this? This is like an erotic fantasy. It's kind of like, you know, like Alice in Wonderland vibes. Like you're like, what the hell is going on the whole time? But I liked it, you know, like I just liked it. Our leading actor was so lovely, and the overall atmosphere was very dreamlike, and it was a weird but kind of cool movie. Now, not very much happened in the film, and I did describe it as being rather restrained, but it still felt like you were seeing something kind of special for some reason. I rewatched Dolly Dearest from 1991. It's new. I do appreciate how it feels like a real movie, you know what I'm saying? But the second watch I didn't enjoy as much as the first watch for some reason. The thing with Dolly Dearest is it's not about the doll's personality. So it's not really about the doll or who is inside the doll or who has animated the doll or the doll herself. It's not about the entity of the doll. It's about a lot of other things surrounding the doll. So the lack of personification there, I think, makes it a little less fun. However, the dolls look really good. The doll looks really good. I rewatched Baby Oopsy 1, 2, and 3. It was a bad day, but I was glad that Baby Oopsy was there for me. Okay, I watched 2 new movies, you guys. I watched Odity from 2024. This is an Irish, like, supernatural, I think it's Irish, supernatural movie, and it was a good watch. I especially liked this scene at the beginning. Hello, mommy. Hello. Look at the daisy. She hates this, but I have to show her. There you go. What? Who got you on the nose? I especially liked this scene at the beginning. It was very tense. It was very fun. I think it was a clever story, but I don't know if I feel like going back to it. But then I watched Frogman from 2023. I love Frogman. Actually, the video that I wish could have been ready for you today, I'm gonna do a review of Frogman, like a full video about Frogman. I haven't stopped thinking about it since I watched it. This was just so clever. This is my kind of movie. This is a found footage, like cryptid movie. So it's about these people who go searching for this cryptid that's been seen in Ohio called the Frogman. And so it's all about their journey trying to find it. It does a really great job of pulling from folklore, pulling from reality, but laying on so much extra. Like, the film really does the most. It gets so bonkers. And it was very ambitious, but I liked it quite a lot. Oh, and then I watched another freaking new movie. I forgot. So I watched the first Omen from 2024 because I've heard so many people saying that it's really good. And okay, when I first got done with it, I was like, whatever. But there's this phenomenon called the sleeper effect, where a film's influence on you changes over time, you know? So like after a few days, y'all have seen me go through this before. After a few days or whatever, I might change my opinion. So it is like settling in favorably. Like, I like the story behind it, even if it was perhaps kind of like predictable in a way. I liked the story behind it, and visually it was quite lovely. Basically what it did what I wanted Immaculate to do. So I suppose I do prefer it to Immaculate. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like, I watched the first hour of the movie and I was just bored. So I turned it off. And then I was like, well, I gotta finish this movie. I've gotta finish it. So like the next day I came back and pushed play again, and like literally from that point on, it actually got good. So like I would say like the last 45 minutes was the best. Okay, we rewatched Trick or Treat 2007, you know, getting into the Halloween spirit. And as a first time watch, I finally have watched Society from 1989. It was beautiful. I love the 80s-ness of it. I love the conspiracy. I like the conspiracy stuff. So I feel like it was very impactful back in the day. But yeah, it was a really good watch. It was fun. Oh yeah, we do get some body horror in there, which was great. In Discord, I rewatched the Blurred with the Crystal Plumage, D'Argento's film from 1970, and it's a good one, and I still like it. Then I rewatched Pure from 2019. This is a Hulu original film, and I kind of want to give this film a full review, even though literally nobody cares and nobody asked for it. This is I guess a religious horror, but it's basically about purity balls, like, you know, father-daughter dances and stuff. And I have a lot to say about it. I have a soft spot for this film because I think at its core it's very, very good, but it had a lot of issues. Yet I just want to give it a hug, and I wish there was some way to bring it to life, bring it back to life and fix it, you know? Like, it could just be perfect with some changes. I watched finally for the first time Color Out of Space from 2019. I don't think I liked it. I don't know. This one's hard to talk about, and I don't want to like give things away, but I'm probably the last person to watch it. It's been many years. I just feel like the tone was unclear. I rewatched Tropic of Cancer, 1972. Had to see my man, Mr. Peacock, you know. I rewatched Next of Kin, 1982. And then, okay, oh my God. Like, have you guys seen The Deliverance? I watched some new movies. The Deliverance, 2024. I watched it with my friend at the beach, and yeah, my legs are still peeling, and that was like 3 weeks ago now. Anyway, my friend was like, have you seen Deliverance? And I was like, no, I don't know if I want to watch it. But she was meaning The Deliverance, and this is a supernatural film. And it's based off of a real story of LaToya Ammons, and it's like a possession story. And I think it wanted to be on the level of like The Conjuring or something like that, but it's not. It's ambitious, okay? Like, there's some good things about it. It was like, but it was trying to do too much. It was trying to do way too. I don't know why it was overcomplicating itself, but it was. Now, to its credit, there's so much to discuss. We were talking about it intermittently for the rest of the weekend. There's a lot to unpack and discuss and critique, but it was like a big old mess. I rewatched The Strangers from 2008, and as someone who hasn't seen it in many years and has since learned a lot more about movies since the last time, I would like to say I still love this movie. I think it holds up really well, and it's just truly freaking scary. I rewatched Delirium, Photo of Joya. I rewatched Twins of Evil, 1971. Oh, I watched The Velvet Vampire from 1971 because Brian gave me this on DVD and I haven't seen it until now. And when The Velvet Vampire came on, I was like, The Love Witch. I was like, okay, that lady who did The Love Witch, yeah, she watched this movie. 1000%. But it was really good. I liked it. It was just very subtle and slow, you know, kind of like something like Daughters of Darkness, but it was just beautiful. Like the people were beautiful. The setting was, it was the desert, so it was a little unique. And yeah, it was a really great American, good old American vampire movie. I rewatched The Church, 1989, in the Discord. And I did not like this when I first watched it. I don't remember why, but I was just like, nah. And maybe it's because I saw it too early, you know, but I liked it this time around. Hell yeah. I rewatched Rosemary's Baby from 1968. It's good. Hail Satan. And then I watched this movie called Grotesque from 1988 because it was like in the same set with The Velvet Vampire. And I was like, oh, cool. Linda Blair and Donna Wilkes are best buddies and going to stay in a cabin in the woods. But this movie was awful. Like, I want to forget it exists. Just awful. I rewatched Spider Baby from 1967, you know, a little spooky. I feel like, you know how like the spooky girls are all about Nightmare Before Christmas or Hocus Pocus and blah, 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 blah. I think that people would love Spider Baby. Like I feel like these spooky girls would love Spider Baby. I don't know why it doesn't get proper attention. I rewatched Baby Oopsy. Then I rewatched Murder Obsession, 1981. And then I rewatched Count Yorga. And that is where we're at right now. I'm like about halfway through Ginger Dead Man. No, hold on. I forgot a couple things. I haven't reviewed them yet. Tomb of the Blind Dead, bitches. I finally watched it. It reminded me of Grapes of Death. Anybody else? But it was good. But the people in it were dumb. I didn't care about any of these people. I think what's really going for the film is the remote location of the ancient ruins. Is it ancient? How old do you have to be ancient? Anyway, the remote location of the ruins, and then of course the zombies. Beautiful. And then what else did I watch? Abominable. Because in my last stream, you guys were talking about Abominable 2006. I think it's 2006. It was good, but the creature, I don't like how it looked. And I don't want to get too nitpicky, you know, because I'm a Bigfoot girly. But there are definitely some like critiques, but I had a lot of fun watching it, and I think there was a lot that was really cool about it. And I do love to see cryptozoology get tackled in horror movies. I think it's always very fun, and somehow it just makes me feel seen. Okay, and that is what I watched. Oh my god, that was a lot. But I had a lot to fill you in on, so I think we're all caught up now. In case you missed it, I have a new movie recommendation form, so if you want to recommend me a movie, don't put it in the comments. Click on the Google form in the description and put it in there, okay? And again, sorry I didn't have like a better video prepared for you, but I do have like reviews. They're just like bursting to come out of me. So hopefully I have something for you soon. I know it's Halloween season and like people are going hard on the YouTube videos and all that, but I simply cannot. But just know my thoughts are with you. Happy Halloween.